Welcome to the Cracked Open Podcast. This is our Born on a Monday series. I am your host, Goddess Telly.
And this is your boy, Godson. She got the purr, I got the spective. Just trying to bring some different perspective to the collective.
All right, now before we get started, it is January the 27th, 2025. Before we get started, can I get a check-in from the collective, please? What phase of the moon describes your life right now? Is it the new moon? Are you in a phase of fresh starts and planting seeds? Question, pick it up. A time to embrace new beginnings, set intentions, and align with what feels true to you?
Or are you in a waxing moon? Are you building momentum, growing, manifesting your goals? Question, pick that up. A period where your energy and focus are increasing.
Or is it possible that you're under this full moon? Are you shining so brightly, reaping the rewards of your efforts, or experiencing heightened emotions and clarity? Question, pick it up. A time of illumination and fulfillment.
You know what? It's quite possible that you're under this current phase right now. It's a waning moon. Are you letting go, releasing old patterns? Pausing to rest and reflect. A chance to recharge and prepare for this next cycle.
Hold, now, please.
Yeah. Take a moment to check in with yourself. What phase are you in? And what does that reveal about where your energy and focus are right now?
All right. So I am honored to kick off this segment, Moonwalking with Moms, where we celebrate the life and legacy of mothers, their sacrifices, their love, and their light, while especially honoring those who have transitioned. As this podcast grows, so do we. It has always been a dream to create a space where people feel welcome to share their thoughts, their time, and their knowledge, expanding together in love, understanding, and connection. Thank you for allowing yourself to be cracked open with us today. Let's celebrate, let's reflect, and let's heal together. I truly thank everyone who is invested in the podcast, those who follow and dive in without hesitation. We truly love and appreciate you all. Ayo, Keisha, I see you, Keisha. You understand? Now, this segment, Moonwalking with Moms, is dedicated to celebrating the life legacy of mothers, particularly honoring those who have passed on.
Now, today, it is especially important to myself and my siblings as we celebrate the first earthly birthday of our mom since her transition on July 17, 2024. This reflection serves as a tribute to her enduring love and light. We love you, KP. We love you. Now, since I've been doing work with multiple zodiac charts, that's tropical, sidereal, and astronomical, I'll take the time to explain how each one holds significance on this day. In tropical astrology, the moon today is in Capricorn. Now, Capricorn emphasizes responsibility, tradition, and the legacy we leave behind. This placement invites us to reflect on the enduring influence of maternal figures and the structures they build in our lives. Now, my mom had her North Node in Capricorn, and she ironically took her final breath on Earth during her South Node in Cancer. Now, this is the opposite of myself, because I have a North Node in Cancer and a South Node in Capricorn. Man, she still got me tied up by the umbilical cord. Hey, so also from the tropical, this is where my moon sits in the 9th house. So feel free to search your information in all charts so you can get a clearer picture of your journey. Now, I resonate with part of the 9th house that I have in tropical astrology, but also from the sidereal astronomical perspective, the moon is in Sagittarius. Now, in this chart, my moon sits in the 8th house of this sign. And I identify with that as well, because Sagittarius represents exploration, wisdom, and the search for higher meaning. My mom always encouraged me to go searching for more knowledge. When I come to her with a question, she'd be like, go look it up, go figure it out. So that's what I would do. And then when I would come back to the table with certain information, she'll be like, okay, let's explore that. Always appreciated that. It's because of her that I'm in the mood that I stay in constantly. Now, this placement underscores the spiritual lessons and expansive growth that often come through the mother-child relationship. So this truly reflects the relationship I shared with my mom, giving me space to search for truths that I was being lied to about. The moon currently, as we spoke about earlier, is in a waning crescent phase, moving toward the new moon. So it's a time to let go of the past, make space for new beginnings. Okay? So even though you've transitioned, Mom, you're gone, but you will never be forgotten. Never.
Oh, now the relationships between mother and child begins as a profound biological and spiritual union. During conception, the mother's body becomes a sanctuary for new life. The prenatal environment shaped by the mother's physical, emotional, and mental states has a huge influence in the child's development. The bond formed in the womb is the first thread in the tapestry of connection, laying the foundation of trust, security, and love. Now, from birth through early childhood, the mother is often the primary caregiver, right? Providing nourishment, comfort, and guidance. This period is critical for establishing attachment, which shapes the child's senses of self and ability to form relationships. A nurturing mother-child relationship fosters emotional resilience, cognitive development, and a sense of belonging. The mother's soothing voice, gentle touch, and attentive care form the basis of the child's ability to trust and form healthy bonds later on in life.
So it's ironic because, as children grow, the mother's role, it evolves from caregiver to a guide. Adolescence can bring challenges as independence emerges, but the foundational bond, it remains the source of strength. Mothers become like role models. They're like teachers, confidants. They help their children navigate life's complexities. A mother's encouragement and emotional support during this transitional phase, it often shapes a child's confidence and ability to face the world with resilience. But here, check this out. When fathers take on the role of primary caregiver, particularly in in single parent households, they often embrace a nurturing role traditionally assigned with mothers. Single fathers have to develop deep emotional bonds with their children by providing the same care, support, and guidance essential for healthy development. This dual role, it requires balance and discipline with empathy, ensuring children feel secure and loved while learning responsibility and independence. Now, it's crazy because women have been navigating this terrain for years. So shout out to y'all, because it is not as easy as people might make it seem to be, okay? You guys are top tier, when it comes to parenting. The ones that are actually out here doing what they're supposed to do. Definitely shout out to y'all. Now, the ultimate goal is for children to be raised by a community of family, starting with healthy parental cohesion. Fathers who nurture and connect emotionally can provide a solid foundation for their children to thrive, and that demonstrates that love and caregiving, which transcends traditional gender roles.
Now, even into adulthood, the mother-child relationship continues to evolve, whether through shared wisdom, emotional support, or the quiet strength of presence. A mother's influence is lifelong. For those whose mothers have passed on, the connection transcends physical boundaries, living on in memories, values, and the enduring impact of her love.
That's true. And similarly, single fathers who provide unwavering love and guidance, they create legacies of strength, compassion, and resilience that carry on throughout their children's lives. Now, on this special day, as we moonwalk, shout out to Michael Jackson with the memory of my mom, I encourage all of us to reflect on the unique bond we share with our mothers, whether through cherished memories, life lessons, or the love that remains. Let us honor their legacy by living with intention, kindness, and gratitude. So, hey, happy earthly birthday, Mom. Your light continues to guide me, just as the moon lights up the night sky. If you were here, you know me, I don't be tripping about birthdays. I stopped navigating away from that a long time ago. I would just tell you, have a magnificent, magical, miraculous Monday. Okay? Now, look, hey, this sacred connection between mother and child, it extends far beyond the womb, becoming the blueprint for a lifetime of emotional and psychological patterns. The mother's heartbeat, her voice, and touch, they create a sensory language that communicates safety and love. And now that shapes the child's understanding of the world.
Absolutely. And in early years, the mother-child relationship, it acts as a mirror, reflecting the child's worth, the child's capabilities, and the child's potential. Through nurturing and guidance, the mother helps the child navigate their emotions, build resilience, and cultivate self-awareness.
So that means, this connection is not just biological, but it's also deeply spiritual. It's a bridge through which lessons of unconditional love, patience, and compassion flow. I did a little research and found a couple scriptures that resonated, with the mother and son, or not mother, just mother and son, but mother and child relationship, just like God's love for us. So you can look up Isaiah 66:13 and Psalms 127:3. Shout out to that 127 for my moms. All right. As the child grows, this foundational relationship evolves, and it's often transitioning from dependency to interdependence. Now, while the roles may shift, the threads of trust and love woven through the earliest stages do remain. Even in times of conflict or distance, these bonds have the power to just mend, serving as a reminder of the shared journey and unique connection that they have. We survived through our sunset to grow through our moon's womb.
Now, ultimately, the mother-child relationship is both a root and a wing. It anchors the child with a sense of belonging and provides the foundation from which they can grow into their truest selves, exploring the world with confidence and courage. The relationship is a testament to the profound impact of love and connection, a human development, and the unfolding of one's spiritual path. Now, before we continue, I want to take a moment and shout out someone special, and that's your sister, godson, Jasmine. As I prepared to share Libby's birth story, right, the birth story with me and Libby, a moment that's deeply personal and powerful. I'm inspired by Jasmine. And I probably wouldn't even be telling this story had I not known what she did for a living and what she does on her podcast. So I'm inspired by Jasmine and the incredible space she has created with her own podcast, Just Being with Jazz B, available on Spotify. Just Being with Jazz B is a keep it real podcast rooted in radical vulnerability. If you're looking for a space to heal your heart with honesty and helpful insights, or just to embrace this journey of life through love, light, and laughter, her podcast is for you. Most of us have a story to tell, but often no one truly listens, okay? Jasmine has created a safe, non-judgmental space to hear your story while also sharing hers. A main focus on her podcast is sharing birth stories, but it goes beyond that, diving into parenting wins, childhood traumas, and so much more. So if you're ready for real conversations and authentic connections, make sure you check out Just Being with Jazz B on Spotify. Stay tuned as Jasmine leads the way in radical healing and meaningful growth. Okay.
Why don't you share your birth story with us right here, an exclusive? Even though you're gonna go through, you'll have an opportunity to go through stuff for her. Give us an opportunity to hear what it was like for you to become a mother as we celebrate Moonwalking with Moms on this particular day today.
Ooh,
if you don't mind.
Okay, I kind of mind a little bit, but listen, this is a Cracked Open podcast. We have to allow ourselves to be cracked open. I will go here and share. Okay.
Okay.
I remember being so excited when I found out that I was bringing life into the world, but honestly, I was not ready. I was a mess emotionally. I remember wanting to feel more grounded. but I wasn't even close. Okay. And deep down, I knew it. I've always had this inner sense when something was wrong, even as a kid. Physically, I was completely drained, stressed out by people, situations, and the weight of the world. And to be honest, a big part of that was Liberty's father. He was not there emotionally, but capabilities, it's your energy and your environment that matters. I didn't realize it back then, but the energy that you carry and the energy that's around you, it really affects what you create and what you birth. Looking back, I wish I had taken better care of myself, eating right, exercising. It could have made a big difference. I did go over my due date, 41 weeks. She was supposed to come on September 29th, but she made me wait. I was shooting for a Virgo baby, but she said no.
I bet you was. I bet you would. Me.
So October 1st, that's when labor hit, and it hit hard. I woke up to contractions. I remember calling her dad, who wasn't home at the time. I remember second guessing myself. And that's also when I learned, like, Telly, don't second guess yourself. You know what you know when you know it. So when I first started feeling those labor pains, I second guessed myself. I was like, nah, close my eyes. You don't need to come home. Go back to sleep. Never mind. False alarm. I tried to go back to sleep, but no, the pain came back stronger. So I called him like, hey, get home now. We need to go to the hospital. And I even remember him saying, hey, are you sure? Because he didn't want to leave his car game. Ninja. I'm sure. You understand? I'm sure. We were living in Germantown at the time, but the hospital was out near my mom's house, which is University of Pennsylvania. That's the only hospital that I go to. Okay. That's the only hospital that I trust. Okay. The first trip there, they checked me in. They said you're only 2 centimeters dilated. From my perspective, they said, go home, Roger. 2 centimeters, that's all you are. They told me I can walk up and down the hallway, but they checked me again. I still wasn't more than 2 centimeters, so Libby said, let her cook. Okay, so we went to let her cook. So we went back to my mom's house. A few hours later, I went to the bathroom, and then that's when I saw my mucus plug. I yelled, okay, it's time. It's time to go back to the hospital. And I remember noticing the time. It was 9:49 a.m. on October the 2nd. Angel numbers, you understand? I thought just back then, but no, Libby still wasn't budging. She still wasn't budging. The contractions got worse. That's some Libra for you. You understand? The contractions got worse. The contractions got stronger. They got much sharper. The nurses almost used iodine on me. I'm allergic to stuff like that. My sister snapped on them so fast. And I thank God for my sister being in the medical field.
Shout out to Sid.
She's always been my rock in those moments, ready to fight for me when I'm too tired to fight for myself, especially when it comes to this medical shit. You understand? The doctors kept flipping me over from side to side during labor. Every time I laid on my right side, Libby didn't like that. Her levels would drop. Libby, her heart rate would drop. So they advised me, hey, the baby likes to stay on the left side. And I wonder if I sleep on my left side now. A lot. I'm not comfortable sleeping on my right side. And a part of me probably feel like Libby's still in there. Gotta protect her. Let's go ahead and lean on the left side. I did wind up getting an epidural. I remember being terrified of the epidural growing up, even before I even thought about having a baby, because there was this lady, this student at my school who was in a wheelchair, and the story that was told to me, she got an epidural when she was pregnant. She moved, and now she's paralyzed from her waist down. So I remember, I know I wasn't going to have a natural birth for sure, but I knew, relax all your muscles, Telly, and do not move. Okay. I remember the epidural going down my spine. It kind of felt this. I'm born on a Monday shit. It kind of felt good. I ain't gonna lie. It didn't hurt at all. The doctors and the nurses, they told me breathe through it, and I just felt like a little worm going down my spine. So I want to put this out there. Anybody who's either expecting a baby or thinking about it, don't let anybody shy you away from, whether you go natural or whether you do an epidural. If you're scared of an epidural because of those reasons, push that shit out of your mind and just breathe. Okay. The labor, but if you can go natural, go ahead natural. I support you. But me, it's a no for me. Labor dragged on for 27 hours, 27 hours of pain, 27 hours of exhaustion, frustration. I was starving. I was done. And here's Liv's dad snoring. You understand? He had the nerve to fall asleep, but I understood it in a way. He did work and he was playing cards, but in that moment, fuck that. You understand? I wanted to scream at him and shake him like, how can you sleep at a time like this? They did wind up having to break my water. A lot of this stuff did not come natural. They had to force it. They had to break my water. That moment was so surreal. Talk about a warm sensation. Although I couldn't see it, but I felt like a water balloon popping. They had to use a suction device to pull her out, and they also stuck cords on her head to monitor her because her heart rate was dropping. After 2 to 3 hard pushes, she was finally born at 11:55 p.m. on October 2nd, 2020. On October 2nd, 2005.
Oh, you have the future baby, huh?
October 2nd, 2005. Okay, when I saw her, I did panic. Her head was a cone shape from the suction, and I thought something was wrong with her. I straight out, hey, what's wrong with her head? The nurses reassured me, hey, this is normal, that it would round out with a little molding. She didn't cry at first, but when she did, she wailed loud enough for the entire hospital to hear her. I barely got a chance to hold her because she was rushed away to the NICU. She was underweight and she needed additional care. I was a little devastated. All I wanted was to hold my baby and I couldn't. The hospital did stamp her footprints on her dad's shirt that he was wearing at the time. I hung that shirt up above my bed and stared at it for weeks until I can bring her home. Breastfeeding was a struggle. She wouldn't latch on no matter how hard I tried, even with the lactation specialist. Nothing helped. My milk supply wasn't enough and it frustrated us both. Libby always loved food, so you can just imagine how angry or upset she was even back then. Try to take a plate for her right now. She ain't going for it. You understand? Not being able to bond with her though right away. That was the hardest part for me. I didn't realize it at the time, but those first moments matter so much. That connection shapes everything. And I felt it in our relationship over the years, the good and the tough parts. Still, everything happened the way that it was supposed to. Libby came into this world on her own terms, fist balled up, one eye open, ready to take on whatever came her way. She's my Sunday born warrior, and no matter how hard it got, I wouldn't trade her or that experience for anything.
I appreciate you sharing that with us, Chantel. I appreciate you sharing that with us, Goddess Telly. If you want to check out my birth story, you can go to my sister's podcast. It's Just Being with Jazz B, and it's Code Blue. Maybe one day we'll get your mom to share your birth story. I'd like to know how you came into this world. That would be interesting to find out how you came in on this Monday. You might have been eating some spaghetti. Maybe you was on food
This
too.
is why you don't tell Born on a Monday people nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
So a little quick backstory. He got to talk to my mom, unbeknownst to my mom. And my mom told that, you know, her meal that she ate was spaghetti. And I pooped on my mama when I was even shitting on my mama when I came out the womb.
Came out.
But that's why you don't tell people nothing. That's supposed to be a secret. Shh. But no, I do. I wonder. My mom, don't tell nobody.
Hey. You think I'm lying about that lottery ticket, and I think you lie about everything.
All right. Okay, hold please. Let's bring it back. Okay, now it's time for our literary spotlight. Okay, this is the moment where you share either a short poem, a rap, or a rhyme, you know, and we have ours truly, Godson, with a poem titled Mother.
All right. For over 40 weeks, she carried me. That C-section almost buried me. And her. Scared and afraid. We weren't prepared for a grave. The umbilical cord was like a noose that didn't want to let me loose. We in Cali. Later in New York, a beetle would be killed. 1516. Time I was finally revealed. John before Jesus, before God's son as well. Somehow through the balance of scales, I finally prevailed. Let's transfer the spirits. Pass the bottle around. Realign with the divine. Go ahead, put the bottle down. I've been a Christian and a convict. God covered me through experience that increased my content. Things weren't always pleasant. Born under that waxing crescent. It left a scar on my mama's stomach. But when she couldn't stomach what my pops did, she made me feel unwanted. Sometimes manipulated. Even before I knew how to articulate it. A true product of God's love, even though I was created via hatred. There were challenges from the 127 she entered until the 717 she took flight. But our bond could never be duplicated. I love you forever, KP. You are appreciated. Our father. Only one who knows me best. My earthly pops is cool. Shout out to him now trying to be more spirit than flesh. Will I be a victim of success? How long can I stand strong? I carry the pain of this family. I'm God as long as God keep their hands on me. Are we praising Christ? Just because it's a Sunday? Think about it. 7 days in a week. Sunday is the first. That would make Saturn's day the Sabbath. Sometimes the day we do our worst. Do we truly recognize our time, place, and date of birth? The actual day of the week we entered this earth shows how to break the curse. It's bigger than just the scriptures. Man, we are acting class. Thespians of theology. I'm enjoying this new odyssey. We all part of a prophecy. Just something that God spoke. But we woke. Hey, let there be just in all parts of the land that was promised. Home is where the heart is. So everywhere I lay, I pay homage. What's gold without knowledge? Oh, man, that's God. But you're going to take a L. Guess it's time to take a seat. To walk through the gates of hell. Some people take a knee, but everyone pays the fee. It's all coming from within. That's the return on your spin. Take no thought. That's where the true journey begins. The scales balance. Every champion has a challenge. Every David has a Goliath. So after trouble, here comes triumph. Time to level up. From the root to the crown, I planted seeds on solid ground. Because I had to loose what had me bound. Thank you.
Woo, 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 woo. That was good. I like that for you. Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh, I like that. I like that. Okay. So up next we have the goddess of the day. The goddess of the day is Goddess Yamaya. She is number 40 in this deck. 444. That's some sturdy energy. You understand? She's number
Okay,
40. Okay. Yamaya
yeah,
guidance to
that's
you
a 12.
is.
Back to the 3.
Ooh, her guidance to you is to wake up. Okay. Awaken now to your true self. Question: are those tears of joy or tears of sorrow? Whatever tears they are, let them out. Yamaya wants all the smoke. You understand? Yamaya swallows your tears. The embodiment of this card, you are vibrating at a higher frequency, so you see everything differently now, okay? This is Goddess Rising. You are waking up, and once you have experienced awakening, you can never go back to not knowing. Like that alarm, you can't hit snooze on this. You cannot hit snooze on this.
Eyes up now.
Right. The path of awakening is not straight, is not comfortable, and it's not easy. Okay. You have chosen to lift the veil and have a real relationship with the divine. You didn't come to transcend this world while you're living in it. You came here to dig into the soil. You came in here to plant yourself, and you came in here to grow. Okay. This ascension is your divine purpose. So this goddess declaration is: I am receiving and radiating love. I am receiving and radiating love. I am receiving and radiating love. You understand?
I am receiving and radiating love.
Yes.
I am receiving and radiating love. I am receiving and radiating love.
I am
Because I get it
receiving
from
and
heaven
radiating
above.
love. Ooh, I am
Hey.
receiving and radiating love. Okay then.
Okay
All
then.
right. So the next card that we have the tarot card of the day. You understand? The tarot card of the day is the number 7, the Chariot. Okay, it's that black and the white. Help is on the way,
Roman
dear.
numeral 7, babe. Drop it like it's hot.
All right. So the advice for right now, the advice for today: action with intent. Hello? Action
Yes.
with intent. Momentum. Full steam ahead. Focused tactics executed and driven by a robust vision and strategy. Today is all about purposeful and direct movement in the direction of your chosen goal. Okay. Now take this as it resonates. Okay. This is for the collective. Travel may also be very relevant right now, whether it's your method of transport. Somebody may be getting a new car. You understand? It could be new journeys.
You get a car.
Hello?
Yes.
It could be new journeys, an inspiring outing, a holiday, a move of home, or even a location change, okay? You are on the move. The affirmation is: I have the plan, I have the willpower, and I have the determination to succeed. I have the plan. I have the willpower. And the determination.
I have the determination to succeed.
Ooh, one more time. I have the plan.
I have the plan.
I have the willpower.
I have the willpower. I have the determination to succeed.
Ooh, now the reassurance for this card is: today is the day. Today is the day. Today is the day.
Like the lottery say.
Okay, the Pennsylvania lottery. Who remember that? Okay, focus. Come back, Tully. Today is the day when you will just know what you want to do, why you want to do it, and how you want to do it, okay? Today is the day that the stars will align. Use this purposeful energy to make progress, to take strides, and to change your position, okay? Move closer to your goals. The universe is backing you, okay? Here's the life lesson. Without a purpose or without a destination, our efforts, our movements can lead to very little. A spiral or a circling of the same space and territory over and over. And y'all know what that gets you. That gets you insanity. So set goals, align your actions to your goals, and get ahead. Here's the challenge. Who's coming with me? Okay. Think about your place. Come on in. Shit. Think about your place in the world. From your physical home or location to your status or your role in the pecking order of your travel goals. Are you where you want to be? Question, pick it up. If not, what can you do about it right now? You can allow yourself to be cracked open, you know. You have control over where you're at and where you are heading. So exercise this power deliberately, okay? Do this. Execute a plan. Set a goal. Book a trip or a holiday. Consider moving in order to achieve the bigger goal. Do not do this. Do not fall into the schemes of do not fall into the schemes of politeness of another person's story. Okay, do not stay in the same place or position for the sake of it with no positive reason. Okay, who does this affect? This does affect my Cancers. This also affects people who are travelers in transit or new to your realm. This also affects people who are connected to transport, who live overseas or on some type of journey, or on an outing. This also affects people with a purpose, okay? When does this happen? Anybody want to take a guess when this happens? What day? This happens
within the next 3 days.
No, this is on some board on a Monday shit, okay? This happens on Mondays. This happens normally around the new or the full moon. This also happens late June through July. Is this a yes or a no card? This is a push. This is a yes. Forge ahead with purpose and intent. Be bold. Do the roar. You understand?
Let's get it. Yeah. Hey, look. Our podcast is open and available free to share your moon story with us. Hey, this is a segment where participants share their personal over-the-moon moments. We want to celebrate you on this podcast with cheers or shout-outs. Now, if you did not tune into the last week's episode, we started a Joy Jar Challenge. What that means is you grab a jar or a small container throughout the week. Write down moments that make you smile. Then we will revisit them during the next session to share. Goddess Telly and I, we have already started our joy jar. We've been putting things in there daily, just keeping track of the things that have brought us joy. Hey, pain may endure for the evening, but joy cometh in the morning. You have to take the opportunity to express and understand when joyous things happen. All right. It's all about energy. The more you feed negative energy, it will continue to grow. The more you feed positive energy, it will continue to grow. So check what you're feeding. Check your diet. Okay. You might die. It's that important. Check your diet. All right. And if you need additional inspiration, be sure to check in with us every Monday. Be sure to follow the podcast. And if you are looking for one-on-one guidance, we are here to assist. You can check in with us on the OWL app. That's OWWLL. Okay. If you'd like to speak directly with us, we have enough energy to spread around. I mean, hey, we were born on a Monday. As always, it's meditation over medication. What's for you will be approved and improved. And what's not will be removed or released. You are flesh. You are spirit. You are creation. Be water, my friends.
Ooh, now what he didn't do, what we were supposed to be doing is picking from our joy jar, okay? I'm picking a random, now you wait a minute, because you went, I'm picking a random joy out of my jar, and this so happens to be my Monday joy, okay? So I'm going to share just one joy. We don't have to share them all. Share one joy. So my Monday joy was, I spent all day with Justin, okay? We took a walk and we enjoyed each other's company in the snow at that. Y'all know how I feel about the snow. But that is my joy for the week.
All right, and I got mine right here. I will share one joy. Let's see. Okay. My joy is being able to receive another day to succeed instead of suffer.
Ooh.
That is my joy for the day. Perspective, baby. She got the purr. I got the perspective. We just trying to bring a different perspective to the collective, okay?
Hold, please. As always, thank y'all for vibing out. Thank y'all for tuning in. Be sure, if you're not already following the podcast, what are you doing? What are you doing? We are available on Spotify. We are available on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio.
Okay, then.